But what's actually more frightening here? That an American sports league is siding with the Chinese, or the fact that the Chinese seemingly are able to stifle free speech here in the U.S.? Joining me tonight on the panel, editor at townhall.com and Fox News contributor, my buddy, Katie Pavlich, Right Turn Strategies president and founder of LGBT for Trump, Chris Barron, and comedian and host of the Part of the Problem podcast, it's Dave Smith. Katie, I've been fired up about this big time all week on the radio. I can't quite put my finger on what the worst part of the story is, but I think maybe taking the cake is ejecting fans in America from sporting events because they're chanting Free Hong Kong.
Yeah, taking away free speech signs of American citizens who have paid to get into an American basketball game in America's capital city of Washington, D.C., which proves the long tyrannical arm of Beijing has tentacles everywhere. And the NBA has done nothing to preserve the American principles that it was founded on. And the irony of this is that they were upset initially about a tweet, right? Well, the majority of China can't see the tweet because they don't have access to Twitter.
Right.
And so a lot of this is actually backfiring on the Chinese because they're not questioning, the fans are, well, why isn't the game on? Should we find more information about why the game has been canceled? Why is it that we can't see what's happening? And so, A, they can't see the tweet that caused all of the uproar, and B, the NBA is allowing Beijing to control the activities of fans while making excuses like saying, we're not taking a side on this, so therefore you can't have a sign. We don't take sides about who's going to win the game either. You don't take the signs away from the fans. You just don't want to talk about the issue at hand.
There's a huge blowback here, a massive backlash. And Chris, I'm a big sports fan. I have been to, I would guess, hundreds upon hundreds of sporting events over my lifetime. I have never seen, I think, ever, anyone thrown out of a sporting event because they were chanting something, especially if there was no obscene words. Right. And yet, Free Hong Kong was getting people booted out of the arena in D.C. last night. On our soil, I feel like I'm on drugs here. This is crazy.
Well, and the most amazing thing is, of course, the NBA is the wokest of all of the professional sports leagues. It's the absolute wokest. And what we've seen in the last week is that was just a complete and total charade. All of that was crap. They have no problem out there having star players and head coaches bashing Trump, calling him a bigot and claiming he's running concentration camps. Meanwhile, China's doing all the things that they accuse Trump of doing that he isn't actually doing, and they're out there defending China. These people are a joke. They should be embarrassed. They should be laughed out of our living rooms.
You know, and I've seen this now. Steve Kerr, who's a social justice warrior, Warriors coach. Steph Curry, big star. Both of them said the same thing because they were asked about this. Hong Kong, and you've got in the background, Tibet, you've got the Uyghurs and the concentration camps. And they're both like, you know, I got to read up more on the Han Dynasty, and I can't really comment. I'm like, really?
Right,
like,
exactly.
we need more research on this. Dave, I feel like it's got to be extra scary for you because your job is literally illegal in a place like China. There will be no unsanctioned laughter, certainly not your podcast. And it feels like, I don't know, it feels like this is not just a problem for the Chinese anymore. We are seeing Americans affected by it because our corporations, I'm a big corporation guy. I love the free market, but it's actually bullying. China is bullying our corporations into kowtowing and bootlicking for dollars, and I think I have to draw a line somewhere here, right?
Yeah, this is a truly terrifying story, and I'm not talking about China. They're a horrible regime, but I'm talking about the effect on America. By the way, I probably couldn't do my podcast in Canada, so definitely not in China.
You can barely do it here, man.
But look, libertarians like myself have been saying for a long time that there is a very legitimate fear about authoritarianism coming to America, just in terms of things like executive power, government spying, the militarization of the police, the 80,000 SWAT raids a year we have. But now to actually watch our celebrities, athletes, social media companies, Google, all either being silent or in many cases cooperating with a brutally authoritarian regime, it really makes you wonder, these guys would really go along with just about anything. And just to your point about Steve Kerr, all these, look, it takes no courage to criticize Trump in Hollywood or if you're a celebrity. This takes a tiny bit of courage, and they're all dead silent.
No, but it's a tiny bit of courage, but a lot of money at stake, and that's the difference. I also quickly want to shout out Nike, because Nike did this whole big woke thing. Colin Kaepernick, here's a bunch of money because you knelt during the anthem. The slogan at the time, believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. So brave.
So brave.
But Nike
Bravest.
took all the Houston Rockets gear out of their stores in China because the government there wanted them to. So,
well, and that's why you're seeing a lot of
congratulations.
Americans saying they're not going to buy Nike, right?
Well,
I mean, there are stands that you do take when it comes to this. And as the world gets smaller, as global markets become more accessible, there is a big question about sovereignty and patriotism versus profits and being involved in these other
and
marketplaces,
basic
whether
values.
it's
We got to move
Google
on.
or the NBA.
This issue isn't going away because it keeps getting worse. They're just completely bungling it at the NBA.